One of the things that you mentioned that I thought was very helpful in terms of practical application, you've journeyed with your kids through every season of their development.
Yep.
And you've
almost,
yeah, sure. Still in process in that, but you have experienced each of those moments, and you and Rach have made decisions to shift what you're doing or how you're doing it, or adjusted your lifestyle in different seasons, in those contexts. And just wasn't sure if you had any other practical advice for parents in some of those adolescent years, maybe that are different from babies and newborns to then you get into preteen and teen, and now you're experiencing adult kids. And how does that shift? How does that change? What have you found helpful in navigating those different seasons personally?
I'm going to give a somewhat quick answer. I'm going to try to anyway, because we're going to hit this in September. We're going to do a whole sermon on that, and then we'll do a follow-up podcast where we can get into this.
Gives a little teaser.
Yeah, a little more teaser.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's different stages. I mean, there's the comfort stage when they're really young. There's the command stage where they're just, 2 to 7, where you're just 2 to 9 maybe. Like you just do this, do this, do this. There's the coach stage where they're teenagers and you're like talking, hey, this is what you did, let's talk about it. Mm-hmm. When command stage is like, hey, do this, do this, do this. The coach stage, and then like we're getting into like the consultant stage, where a coach, as a coach, I would come to them and say, hey, you did this, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Now I'm getting to the place to where it's like, do I even bring this up?
Yeah.
And I'm more like responding to them coming to me. Mm-hmm. And that's a huge shift. And I think one thing I'd say is every parent, so again, speaking of wisdom, discerning the times, is like, what season are you in?
Yeah.
Because you can miss the season. So some, and typically are moms, they stay in the comforting thing. Like they love that stage. Like I want to bring comfort. And they do that to 18-year-olds, which isn't good. Like they still want to bring that. They still want to treat them like they're young. And most men, not all men, like get stuck in the commander stage. And I mean, they just want to like do this, do this, do this, and they're not engaging in conversation.
Yeah.
And so I think we can get stuck. And then there's probably a generational thing where parenting, it's like permissive parenting, where you're just a consultant. Like even though they're 4, you're treating them like they're 25.
Yeah.
Like I'm just
letting them make their own decisions.
Yeah, let them make their own decisions. It's just like, that's bananas. And there was a study in June of 24. Denver University did a study on this, and they found that permissive parenting produced the lowest levels of mental health, more so than like having a hostile environment.
Yeah.
And where it's, so not to say that I'm not promoting hostile environments. I'm just saying that like permissive parenting is statistically not good.
Run from it. Yeah.
And it's not it's not biblically wise. And so, we can talk more about that.
Yeah, that's great.
Maybe in podcast to come.
One of the things that you mentioned when you were sharing about each of your kids and what stage of life that they're in, you mentioned Ollie at the back end of that.
Yep.
And I don't know if he's 7. I don't know if you realized this. You couched him in the list of your kids, and then we're like talking about how he was struggling or something like that, and then moved on.
Yeah.
And then the people behind me were like, hey, just so you know, that was his dog, not one of his kids.
Oh yeah.
It's like, so just to clarify for anyone watching, Ollie is a dog. He might be struggling, but you don't need to worry.
Sure. I should have said Ollie, my dog.
Yeah. He's getting what he needs. So, that's great. Is there anything else that you want to share on the topic of parenting specifically? as it relates to wisdom, you feel like you want to move on?
I think we can move on.
Yeah.
I mean, there's more to say, but it could be, it's a whole nother deal. So we can move on.
So if you are
a lot of other things I want to chat about,
interested in hearing more, just comment for us and maybe you can convince us to do a bonus episode strictly on parenting.
Well, I said I would.
Oh, we are
doing. I'm going to do a sermon on parenting, and
we have heard your comments,
family
and
formation.
we have responded immediately with a bonus episode on parenting. Thank you.